everyone, welcome back to the channel. Your girl Luna is here, and we are going to be diving into how to download and use mods, how to find them, and how to use the new site CurseForge that is teaming up with The Sims 4. So we have a central one-stop location for getting different mods and CC. So the first thing we're going to start off with is that mods and CC are pretty much added content to give you more gameplay, to give you more physical items, some that are usable and some that are just deco or decoration. Now these are usually made by people that are not a part of the company, that are literally modders and content creators from the comfort of their own home, and they've decided to add this to the game. Now, the only way that you can use mods and custom content or CC is by having a PC version. As of right now, there is no access to mods and CC on the console versions, which is really sad. I feel like a lot of console players are missing out on a lot of different things, but they still make it work, and so hats off to you guys. If you have to play on console, you are valid, and I played on console for Sims 3, so I know the feeling. But just know that I still see you, and I love seeing some of the work that you guys can do. I use custom content and mods. So mods are usually gonna either fix something that's broken in the game, which is doable, or you're gonna add something to even onto the DLCs, or something that we absolutely don't have. And then, like I said, custom content can be anywhere from clothes, from extra beds, to, decor, literally anything. You can make realism items. And I mean, they can be beautiful things to make your game as real as possible. But what we're here is to show you how to actually make sure they're in your game, how to get them there, where to get them from the CurseForge website, and show you how to find them in your game. First off, what I would suggest to do is when you open up your game, you want to go to your game options, and you want to click on game options out of the menu. You want to go over to other. You want to make sure you enable custom content and mods, and script mods are allowed. You want to make sure these two boxes are clicked there. I always go in after an update before I even put my mods folder back in my game, and make sure those are clicked, because when you do that, you have to restart your game. So if you go in and add your mods and CC first and then start up your game and then add these, they're not going to show up. So if you know you're going to use mods and CC, go into this route, check them, apply changes, and then restart your game. That way you know they're always going to be there. You have the option for your mods to show up at the startup. I personally like to do this because it lets me know if I have my script and my mods and my CC checked. If I don't see this, I'm like, oh crap, either I forgot to put them in, or I don't have the check marks after an update. So I personally like to keep this, but you can check mark this to where it does not show at startup. And that's how you know all your mods are here. If you wanted to go through the entire list, you could to check everything, but as long as you put them in the right spot, then you should be good. You hit check mark, and then you're gonna load right into your game. At this point, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you CurseForge and the website that I am currently using to get most of my mods in CC. Now, this does not take away from those that you can get through Patreon. You can get them on Tumblr or wherever they offer them. Now, there are a lot of popular modders that I use personally that are on CurseForge as well, and they're still using their other platforms of their mods. I personally have been liking CurseForge website, and I will link it down below, just because to get them all in one spot has been very nice, and I'll show you ways to kind of keep a closer eye on them for when they need updates, and how you can prevent your game from breaking from mods and CC. So when you go to the CurseForge website, you're going to see it has a range of games. They are known for using this one-stop shop place to get mods for your games. So we're going to go ahead and click on The Sims 4, and it's going to tell us that it already has 2,214 mods. Now, this isn't just mods, it's also custom content from hair, clothes, traits, poses, aspirations, a ton of things. You can go down the list over on the left hand side, and you can click on different things of mods in CC that you want to check on. We're first going to check out this bug fixes, because if you didn't know that you can get mods in CC that are going to fix some bug fixes for the time being. And of course, when the game updates, you can take this mod out and then it will be working. So when you click on whatever topic that you're wanting to look at, you can fix those. These mods are channeled with the person that created them, and then it'll tell you once you click on it what exactly it is for. So if we click on the meaningful social text, it is going to give us the details of what this mod is. It's going to give you the creator, how many downloads, what game version it's on, and so on and so forth. So it's really nice to look through, and you can leave comments, and there's also a place for you to donate to these creators, which is awesomely open for them. Like, that's why we're here. We want to give these people credit because they're doing amazing things that I know I'm not going to sit down and do, but we appreciate what they're doing and how they're doing it. If you wanted to, you can follow individual creators or you can follow the individual mod. Now, when I go to download an item, I always click follow because then I can click on to keep up with file updates. When I click on that, I just click update, and then anytime it needs to update, it's going to tell me in my notification bar. So I've already had this. If there's new notifications, they will pop up here. But if you want to go to click on see all notifications, it's going to tell you what day a new file was added and who it was and what it was. So by this, I went in on those days and saw that there was an update. I downloaded the new one, deleted my old one, and it was already fixed before I got into my game and realized that it was broken. That is why I am liking using CurseForge. It's an easier, non-guessing game if I check this website, which I've noticed I've been checking it pretty much daily because I've been noticing more creators are coming on here that weren't on here within the first few days. So I'm seeing different people, and I want to see their stuff and give them the support that I would like to give them. Anytime you want to unfollow someone or something, you just unclick and update and it's going to update for you. It's that simple. I personally would suggest if there's a mod or CC that you're using to follow it so you'll make sure you get those notifications. One thing that I did want to show you with CC specifically, well, there are mods that show you the same thing, but I wanted to show a little bit more detail with CC. So you can get realistic foods, as I said, as I love this. I have Granny's Cookbook, I have the realistic food mod, a lot of different things. It will show you pictures. Now, there are some that aren't working or they didn't add pictures. Some of them even add video. That's very helpful. I'm a very visual person, so there's things that I have to see before I get it. If there's nothing there that I can't see, I usually will not get it. Even if it sounds amazing, I have to physically see what it is and what I'm doing, or I will pass on it, even if it breaks my heart. So, as I showed you before, just like with the mods, there is a description page where you can read through it, and, they have offered us pictures here. But up at the top, you can click on Files. So this is where you're going to see the individual files, when they were uploaded, the size, the game version, and how many downloads they're having. This is great information. Like, I really appreciate that they've added all of this in there. You can see the popularity of it. You can see how often they're uploading and updating, and how the files sizes are going to work for your computer and your base that you're using. There's another tab that is images. If there's not an image slot, like I said, I won't download it. So they are offering you to show closer, bigger images so you can see when you click on it, what are your options? What are the items actually looking like compared to being next to The Sims? And of course, this is some pictures that were on the description page, but I just appreciate that they're giving you that more closer up look visual of your items. So you're not just clicking and downloading, you're able to look through and see if these items are something that you would like to get. Again, there's more stuff that you can click on. The relations, it's going to show you what are other things that you can get with this. So if you want to set Rolls of Philadelphia, it's best to get the cookbook by S&S, and then you can click on the creator, and this creator has a ton of other projects. So if there's a creator that you specifically like, you can just follow them individually to keep up with what are they adding, what's coming, what they're doing, and stuff like that. That is really, really awesome. And like I said, this is showing why I have been talking about CurseForge a lot and why I have been liking using it. It has been a game changer for me. I'm actually adding more mods in CC to my game, which could be a good or bad thing. So how exactly do we download? So this is going to be pretty much the same steps as if you're using someone's Patreon, Tumblr, TSR. So it's really just as easy. Right now there is a CurseForge app, but I have not seen that Sims has been added to the CurseForge app. So it's still in beta, so I don't know if it's going to be a while before it's physically on the map. So I am still just using the website. So as you see, once you go through everything, you're following them, you're doing all the things, you can either go to your files page or just click this download button that is usually on the further right side, right above the project information, and usually their picture is here. I just download it. You just have to wait 5 seconds. I usually wait until my download bar box opens up over here. Then that way I know it's officially downloading before I go to a different page. 5 seconds isn't long. It's honestly a lot better than TSR. That's just my opinion, but I've downloaded so many mods in a matter of 30 minutes that 5 seconds really doesn't go that long. And like I said, I personally wait until my download box pops up so I know it's over there downloading, and even if it's still downloading, I leave and go to the next thing that I want to do, and then that way I know it's there. So now that I have a mod ready, I'm going to show you how I get into my folder for my mods in the game, and then how I get the download and transfer them over to my actual game. So my Sims is on my computer, so I'm going to open up my documents. I'm going to go to Electronic Arts. I'm going to go to The Sims 4, and then I'm going to click on my mods folder. This folder is always there. It's always been there if you've never used mods or CC, and that's what's so amazing. It is that easy. And then all you're going to do is click it, and then I'm going to show you how to carry everything over. One thing that I cannot stress enough is find a way to organize your mods folder, whether it be by clothing type, whether it be by body type, whether it be just some type of organization. So most of my bigger mods, I have given them their own folder. My Team XE Better Build Buy has their own folder. My Tool Mod has their own folder. And then I have a folder for hair. I have a folder for build items. I have a folder for my cast background. And I have a folder for jewelry. So that's how I've kind of broken it up. Now, since I've gone to CurseForge, I did make specific folders for CurseForge mods and CurseForge CC. Why did I do that? I don't know. My brain just kind of went with it and said, hey, maybe you should make their own folder, because that way I feel like if I download anything from CurseForge, I put it into that folder, and then it's easier for me to find it. I don't know why. It just works for me. And anything that I get outside of CurseForge, I'm going to put them in, whether it's a clothing item or it's eyes, if it's for your face, makeup. That just works for me. One thing that I cannot stress enough as well, when you open a folder, everything should be individual. Now, you could add a new folder inside of this folder and add something else, but I can't stress enough that sometimes it will not work correctly because it's too deep in the folder. So anytime I have a folder within a folder, I usually cut it out and put it in the one folder so it's all right there, can be seen, and I don't have to click again to put it in another folder. That's just how it works. Sometimes it'll even tell you that it's not working because it's too deep into the folder. So now I have my folder open of my Sims game, of my mods and CCs, where I'm going to take it. So now I'm going to go over to my downloads, and I'm going to open up my downloads that I've gotten on my PC. So as my item is sitting here, I'm going to click on this little folder that says show in folder. This way it's going to pull up its own folder, and I'm going to show you a little trick that I do to make it a little bit easier to transfer everything over. All right, so I went and opened up my mods folder in my game earlier, and then this is my download folder. So now I have two folders open. So now it's an easy cut and paste, copy paste, or just easily drag over. So I have one item sitting here. This is in a zip folder. I've noticed that majority of the mods in CC do come in zip folders because one, it's going to be easier for you to download, and that's why it's not taking as long. Once they're in zip folders, it kind of compresses them down smaller, so it's faster download, and that is what I enjoy. So I'm going to go ahead and open my mods folder because this is a mod that I've downloaded for the Negative Moods Do More. All right, so as you can see, I have a ton of mods here. I told you I've already gone crazy, but that's besides the point. So how do we get this zip folder over to our mods folder? You cannot put a zip folder into a mods folder. You're gonna have to unzip it, or in this case, we're just gonna double click and it opens up. Now, there are multiple different ways that you can do this. You can highlight all of them, you can right click, you can cut them, you can right click, you can copy them. Either way, you're going to go over to the other folder and you're just going to paste them. Now, if you have this easy setup like I do, they're right next to each other, I'm just going to highlight and then drag them over, and then they've already added. Just click on name, and then it's going to categorize them by the creator. So that's another easy way. If people are looking at this and be like, oh my god, how do you find what you're looking for? If I know something broken, it has the name of the creator and then the name of that mod in CC. That's why I don't feel as bad about having a CurseForge mod folder and a CurseForge CC folder, and there's a ton of different things in them, because when you download it, it already has the creator's name and what it is. So I can virtually find that specific creator. If that mod is not working, I already know whose it is and how to find it. These tabs, name and date modified, are a lifesaver, I'm telling you. Once they're in my mods folder, I honestly just delete the zip folder because I already own it, and it's pretty much good to go. So there's another little step that I do. Some people may not think it's necessary. I personally am kind of paranoid with my mods and my CC. I actually keep my mods folder on an external hard drive. So I have a section on my external hard drive that is specifically for The Sims 4. So if I ever have to take my mods out of my game, I just delete it, but I already have a copy of it in my external hard drive. So since I've updated, and I honestly added a lot of different stuff to my mods, and I can't remember what I added, I'm just going to copy all of this, and I'm going to go over to my mods that are actually in my mod folder, and I'm going to delete what's there, and then I'm going to add what I've just added to mine. Now, you don't have to do this. This is just something that I do. So if there's ever a time that I need to take all of my mods out of my game, I don't have to sit there and guess and try and be like, okay, what did I take out? What did I put in? What did I take out? What did I put in? I already have my actual mod folder in my external hard drive. So then I can just, okay, I'm just gonna take this out, copy it and paste it and put it back in my game. Some people may think it's extra, but I don't know. It just works for me. So all I did was right click and paste, and now it's gonna paste all of my new updated mods in CC into my external hard drive. And also, when I take my laptop with me, because I don't wanna keep all of this in my laptop, now when I travel with me, I can just take my external hard drive and I have all my stuff with me. There's that as well. Now I did not cut. If you cut, it's going to take everything out and paste it out. Just think of cut as literally like scissors. If you cut something out, you're gonna miss it. If you copy it, you're just gonna keep the original there and copy it to another location. Anytime you're going to do this, just copy, do not cut unless you wanna get them out of your folder. All right, so now that we have all of our mods in CC in our mod folder, we've already gone in previously and make sure all of our check marks are checked. We opened up the game and saw that all of our mods were there. Now we're gonna jump in and see where we can find our mods. So I'm just gonna load into one of my games that we normally use for our tutorials. All right, so I just came here to an open lot because I wanna show you where you can find some of your custom content for the build mode, and then I will show you the clothing and so on and so forth. So I want to mention something over on the right hand side on your notification wall. This is where the mods are going to pop up if you have mods. So I have mods that are popping up and they're telling me that they are working. If you have something called MCC Command Center, if you get an orange box that says last exemption, that means it's telling you that there's something wrong with a mod. MCC Command Center, I may be saying too many C's, I'm mixed up. It's really nice to have, especially if you know you're using a lot of mods and you want to know what is and isn't working. But I just want to let you guys know that usually when you have a mod, it will show up here to let you know that it's good and working order. And sometimes it'll tell you if it needs to update and it'll take you to the website. So keep an eye on that. So we are in build by mode right now, and we're gonna check and see where all of our CC is. Sometimes when you're looking for your CC items, you can actually go to that location and you can find it. And then sometimes, as you can see here, there are no CC items showing up in our kitchen stuff when I know I've downloaded kitchen stuff, but it's not there. So if you cannot find a CC item, what I like to do is I like to go over to the right hand side and click on custom content and hide maxes. So that is gonna hide all of the items that are built in the game, and it's only gonna show us custom content. So I'm already in the kitchen items and it's already showing me where my custom content item is. And of course, this one has to be on a counter, so we're gonna follow that rule. And guess what? I have CC counters. So anything that we click on when we put on hide maxes and only show CC, we're going to find those items that are in our CC. This is a really cool smart refrigerator that I just got. And another way to notice that you have CC items, you see that little gear that's popping up that's on the left side blue? That's how you're gonna know that you have a modded or CC item. I absolutely find this so easy to use and to adjust. And these are some cool CC items that I got in. And if you're looking for all of your CC items, I like to go down to objects and function. And when that pops up, I like to just click on show all. So it's gonna pull up every CC and mod item that you have if you don't wanna go item by item. So as you can see, it pulled up every little mod and CC item that I have, and that's all that it's showing. And if you have the better build buy mode, you can hit your 1 key and then you can make it even higher, and then you can go through the entire list of all the mods and CC that you have and make it really fun and easier to access things. Now, there is another way to look for your items. If you remember who the creator is, if you remember what the item is called, you can always look up that specific creator. And as you can see, I remember 6am CC, so it has brought up different names of them, of the item that they have. Now, you could click on the specific item, or you could just click on that green section that says their name, and it's gonna pick up all of the items by that specific creator, as long as you remember what their name is, and it's going to show you all of those. So I typed in his name, and this is all of the CC that I have of their specific items. And so now if I wanted to use any of these, it is here, and I know where to locate them. All right, so we're going to shoot on over to our cast or create a sim. So as you know, when you get into the game, it's going to auto-generate a sim for you. But of course, we just downloaded a bunch of CC. We want to use our custom content. So depending on what we got, we have to remember where the item is. When we click on their face, depending on if it's a skin detail, it could be on their face. And then you have to go to specific skin details. Like here, I have a vitiligo skin that I can switch out. And I have baby hair details that I can add. And I think the hair that she has right now, you can't see it. So yeah, there we go. We have baby hairs. And then of course you have your typical skin details that you can add on. I have specific skin tones. And some of these even have their own colors. And some of them come with their own eyebrows. So that's another fun detail that you can add. So say we wanted to use that specific one. And we wanted to get rid of eyebrows because we have a skin that has its own eyebrows. We're just going to use the one that has no eyebrows. And then we can go back and go to our skin details and pick whichever one that uses its own eyebrows. Let's actually get some hair on her. So just like before, any item that you go to, you'll see the little wrench on the side. That's going to tell you that it's all custom content. Now, what if you're kind of forgetting where that item is? Again, you can go into your little area over here. You can go to content and you can show just custom content. And every box will show you only the custom content of item that you have downloaded that you want to have on your sim. Very easy, very fun. It makes it a lot easier if you're someone who only wants to use custom content. That's perfectly fine. If you don't want to use any of the Maxis items and you only want to use your custom content, that's why that is there, so you can only see your custom content. Now, when we go down to the close, it's the exact same thing. If you want to just see your custom content, you're going to click on your bar and it's going to show you only custom content for that item. So now we can go through and only find the custom content that we want to have. But once you go through each item, you have to click on custom content each time. It does not carry over. So keep that in mind. If you're like, why do I have to keep hitting this? Because it's not going to carry over. Every little item that you have for custom content, you have to go through and add it yourself, or individually find the ones that have the little tool on there. So that's the easiest way to do this, no matter what you're doing. The same thing if you have mods that add different aspirations, if you have mods that have different traits, they're all going to show up there. Now, these are not going to have the tool, the blue tool that's on them. You'll just notice them when they pop in. If you notice something new, if it's a trait or aspiration that you know you just added, it will show up here and add on if there is another add-on to it. So like this one is new. I added artist photographer. So it did tell me that I had something new in my game, but it doesn't show that blue wrench there. But this artist photographer is one that I'm really excited about using. It says your sim wants to become a real artist in photography and takes pictures that have lasting impact of the viewer. So this is one that I want to use with someone who wants to be a freelance photographer. So I'm really excited with using that one. So if you ever add aspirations, you now know what to look for, and hopefully you find some good ones. So I want to thank everyone for coming in, whether you're new to using mods in CC, maybe you need a refresher, maybe you just wanted to see what CurseForge was all about. I hope this was helpful and it answered some questions. Even if you have more questions, please just comment down below. If I missed something, please let me know, because I want to make sure that I touch base on those. Keep an eye on the community tab. Sometimes I do updates and visuals to the videos that I do in case I miss something, or if I just want to communicate and show off some things for you guys, or what is coming up, as well as be sure to check out my live Twitch streams. I do stream over on Twitch, and everything is linked down below. I've also started streaming over on TikTok and have some fun doing other specific things over there. We have a specific 100 baby challenge for TikTok that I do over on those lives. So if you want to come check out anything, just go to your favorite location, because I am literally everywhere. So I hope, again, this was very helpful, and I appreciate you guys being here, and just have a beautiful rest of your day or night wherever you are. And this is Luna, Galaxy out.